Good morning everyone. So we are starting with the solution of banking company final account. It's a lecture of 24th August. Okay. In the last lecture I have explained to you the trial balance of ABC Bank Limited with the adjustments. We have to mark the adjustments as I have explained before. Now we are going to start with the solution. On the first page you will write in the books of ABC Limited, ABC Bank Limited. This is the name of the bank. You have to always write in the books of the name of the bank. Then you have to write balance sheet heading as on. Always remember, in the balance sheet you have to write as on, then year which is given in the question, 31st March 2018. Then make the columns particulars, schedule number as on 31st March 2018. On one full page you will make that format which I have given you. I hope you all are understanding this. First is capital and liabilities. Share capital, schedule number 1. The amount column you have to leave it blank because we have to solve that with the help of schedules. Reserve and surplus, schedule 2. Deposits, schedule 3. Borrowings, schedule 4. Other liabilities and provisions, schedule 5. Then total, again second part, assets. Cash in hand and with RBI Bank, schedule 6. Balance with bank and money at call and short notice, schedule 7. Investments, schedule 8. Advances, schedule 9. Fixed assets, schedule 10. Other assets, schedule 11. Again total. Then continue. Contingent liability, schedule 12. And just you have to write bills for collection. So this entire format you have to make of balance sheet on one page, leaving the amount column blank because we have to calculate that still. Now on the next page you will write profit and loss account for the year ended. You have to write the year ended, the date which is given in the question, 31st March 2018. Again make the column on full page, particulars, schedule number, year end. Always remember in P&L account you have to write year ended 31st March 2018. First, income, interest earned, schedule number 13. Other income, schedule number 14. Total, A, in the bracket A. Second part, expenditure, interest expended, schedule 15. Operating expenses, schedule 16. Then provision and contingencies. In that RDD and provision for taxation will come. Then 15, 16 and provision you will write total as B in the bracket. Third part, profit and loss account. Under that you will write net profit in the bracket A minus B. Then last year's profit which is given. Again total you will write. The fourth will be appropriation, transfer to statutory reserve, you leave blank. Then dividend which is given, and then balance carried to balance sheet. First, whenever you do the sum, you have to just write the format and keep, because format is also carrying marks and it's very important. On one page full, you have to make balance sheet format, and on the next page, you have to make profit and loss account format. Then after that, on the third page, you will write the heading as schedules. What you will write? Schedules. And then you have to make the column schedule number 1, share capital, particulars, amount, half page. Then schedule number 2, reserve and surplus, particulars, amount. Then on the next page again, schedule 3, deposits, particulars and amount. Then again schedule number 4, borrowings, particulars, amount. Then schedule 5, other liabilities and provisions, particulars, amount. If you just make the columns and keep till schedule 16. Schedule 6, cash and balance with RBI, particulars, amount. Then schedule 7, balance with bank and money at call and short notice. This is schedule 7. Schedule 8 is what? Investments, particulars, amount. Schedule 9 is advances, particulars, amount. Schedule 10, fixed assets, particulars, amount. Schedule 11, other assets, particulars, amount. Schedule 12, contingent liability, particulars, amount. Schedule 13, interest earned, particulars, amount. Schedule 14, other income, particulars, amount. Schedule 15, interest expended, particulars, amount. And the last schedule is schedule 16, operating expense, particulars, amount. So we have just made the columns, we have entirely written the formats of it. Okay. After that we have to transfer the amounts in the schedules first. Whatever is given in the trial balance along with the adjustment, you have to transfer one by one in the schedules. So it's very much necessary that you have to learn all the schedules perfectly. Because I've already explained to you the schedules, you have to memorize it in which schedule the amount will go. Now go back in the question, everyone. Okay, you can see the question. We start with the sum. Again, go in the trial balance. Share capital authorized and issued 10,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each, rupees 50 paid up. You always know share capital is nothing but schedule number 1. Now go in the solution. We have made schedule 1 as share capital. This authorized share capital, you have to transfer that amount there. 10,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each. You can see in the solution, I have written it in the schedule number 1, share capital, authorized capital, 10,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each. How much the amount is coming outer column? 10 lakh. You have to put that as double line. Why? Because it is registered capital, it is also known as authorized capital, it is also known as nominal capital. Keep in mind that. Now we have to take second part in the same schedule, issued, subscribed and called up capital. The amount which is given in the trial balance as 50 paid up, that is considered to be issued, subscribed and called up capital. So it is 10,000 equity shares of rupees 50 each in the solution as issued capital, which we get as 5 lakh. The total amount of schedule 1 is nothing but 5 lakh. You have to not take 10 lakh in consideration because it is registered capital. It is authorized capital. Okay. So 5 lakh is schedule number 1. I hope you have understood schedule 1. Now go in schedule 2, reserve and surplus. All kinds of reserves, all kinds of funds, all kinds of premium will come in schedule number 2. You can go in the question in the trial balance and you can see reserve fund is given as in the trial balance 3 lakh. That amount you have to transfer in schedule 2. Statutory reserve fund, opening balance 3 lakh. Plus addition. This addition you will calculate later on after the calculation of profit and loss. Once again I repeat, this addition will be calculated after the calculation of profit and loss account. So you have to keep in mind you have to calculate this later. So on time base you have to stop that adjustment. The schedule 2 you have to stop. Now go in schedule number 3, deposits. Deposits are also known as accounts. Please note, deposits are also known as accounts. Now in that you have to go in the trial balance and you have to see which all deposits are given or which all accounts are given. You can see in the question in the trial balance, fixed deposit is given, current deposit is given, saving deposit is given. All these three will go in schedule number 3 as deposits. Fixed deposit is 8 lakh, current deposit is 85 lakh, saving deposit is 25 lakh. You will add all this and you get the amount total as deposits. Now go in schedule number 4, borrowings. Borrowings is given in the trial balance, borrowings from ICICI Bank. So that amount will get transferred as 7 lakh in schedule number 4, borrowings. You will total it and you get the answer, 7 lakh. Now go in schedule number 5, other liabilities and provisions. These all things you have to keep in mind which all will get transferred. You have to study all the formats of schedules very well to keep in mind to transfer it in schedules. So which all is there in the question, I have transferred that in trial balance which are there. That is bills payable 10 lakh, unclaimed dividend 30,000, sundry creditors 30,000, unexpired discount. This unexpired discount will come in from the adjustment number 4. You can see in the adjustment number 4, it is rebate on bills discounted amounted to rupees 10,000. That will transfer here. Then provision for taxation. You can see in the adjustment number 2, it is 30,000. You will transfer here. I have given these all in formats and you have to study it very well. All the other liabilities and provisions it is acting. So you will total this schedule number 5 and you get the answer as 11 lakh and that is schedule number 5. Now go in schedule number 6. It is nothing but cash in hand with the RBI. This is cash and balance with RBI. Whatever the transactions are related with cash in hand and cash with RBI, you have to take it from the trial balance and transfer in schedule number 6. So it is cash in hand 50,000. Cash with RBI, it is 14 lakh. You will plus both and you get 14 lakh 50,000 and that is the schedule number 6. Now go in schedule number 7, balance with bank and money at call and short notice. Whatever transactions are done of cash with other banks, you will take here along with money at call and short notice. So both the things, balance with other bank, it is given in the trial balance, that is 11 lakh, you will transfer in schedule 7. Money at call and short notice 3 lakh, it is given, you will transfer in schedule 7. You will total both and you get 14 lakh as schedule 7. Schedule 8 is nothing but investments. Investment is directly given in the trial balance 35 lakh, you will transfer that in schedule 8. Now schedule 9, it's nothing but advances. In that you have to memorize the format. I have given in the format in previous lectures. I have explained to you. Bills discounted and purchased comes in schedule 9. It is given in the trial balance. You will transfer that amount 6 lakh in the schedule. Very, very important next one is loans, cash, credit and overdraft. It is nothing but loans and advances which is given in the trial balance in the last 67 lakh 80,000. You will take that amount in the inner column of schedule minus with RDD. RDD is also known as reserve for doubtful debts and that is given in adjustment number 1, 30,000. You will minus both and you get the answer as 67 lakh 50,000. That is 67 80,000 minus 30,000. You get 67 lakh 50,000. Then you total the schedule 9 advances 6 lakh plus 67 lakh 50,000 and you get the answer total as 73 lakh 50,000. Schedule 9. Now go in Schedule 10, fixed assets. It is given in the trial balance premises 12 lakh minus with the depreciation 5%. It is given in adjustment number 3rd. You can see 5% depreciation is on premises. 12 lakh 5% you will take out and you get 60,000. You will deduct it. Depreciation means decrease in the value of fixed assets. You will minus that 12 lakh minus 60,000 and that will give you 11 lakh 40,000 in the outer column. You will total that and you get the fixed asset as 11 lakh 40,000 schedule. Now schedule number 11 is nothing but other assets. Nothing is given in the trial balance related to that, so it is considered to be as nil. Schedule 12 is nothing but contingent liability and we know that it is given in the adjustment, acceptance, endorsement which is in adjustment 5. Please note acceptance endorsement is given in adjustment number 5, 2,50,000 and that will transfer in contingent liability schedule 12. Total 2,50,000. Now go in schedule 13, it is interest earned. That one you have to take it from the trial balance as interest and discount. It is given in the trial balance 7,50,000 minus from the adjustment number 4th, rebate on bills discounted. Please understand this is having a second effect. We have taken first rebate on bills discounted in schedule 5 and next you have to take in schedule 13. You will deduct 10,000, you will minus 7,50,000 minus 10,000 and that will give you 7,40,000 in the outer column as schedule 13. Now go in schedule 14, it is nothing but other income. Other income, if it is anything income received or generated, if it is there in the trial balance, you have to take it. If it is not given, it is considered to be as nil. Schedule 15, interest expended. Interest expended, it's related with interest given in the question. Interest on deposits is given in the question and that one you will take as from the trial balance 2 lakh. The total will give you schedule 15, interest expended. The last schedule is schedule 16, operating expenses. These all which are remaining, salaries 1 lakh, rent and taxes 20,000, depreciation on premises which one we have calculated from the adjustment 3. For premises 5% depreciation, that second effect will come here, 60,000. Auditor's fees. Auditor's fees, you will get 2,000 which is in the bracket in the trial balance. Along with other expenditure auditor's fees, you have to minus, means the actual amount of auditor's fees is 10,000 and in the bracket it is given as 2,000 from in the trial balance. You will minus both and the other expenditure is treated as 8,000 from the auditor's fees calculation. The total of all this will give you operating expenses 1,90,000. So till now we have completed all the schedules from schedule 1 till schedule 16. Only schedule 2 is stopped for a while because we have to calculate the profit and loss calculation and then only the schedule 2 will be completed. After completion of all this, we have done all the totals of the schedule. You have to transfer these total amounts in balance sheet from schedule 1 to schedule 12 and then from schedule 13 to schedule 16 you have to transfer that in profit and loss, the total amounts of schedules. You can see, you can cross check. Schedule 1 we got as 5 lakh, we have transferred in front of balance sheet. Share capital 5 lakh. Same thing with schedule 2, reserve and surplus, we have temporary, you have to keep it stay. Schedule 3 we have transferred, we have schedule 4 we have transferred, other liabilities and provisions we have transferred. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16 and the 16 last we have transferred 1,90,000. After completion of all these totals in front, go directly to profit and loss account. Provision and contingency. RDD, how much you have got in adjustment? 30,000 reserve for doubtful debts plus provision for taxation which is given in the adjustment 30,000. You will add both, you get 60,000 as provision and contingency. Okay. Now go in the balance sheet everyone. Go in the balance sheet everyone, which one we have done in the first format. Schedule 6 to Schedule 11. You do the total outer column. Schedule 6 to Schedule 11. You are getting how much answer? 1,48,000. You are getting how much answer? 14,80,000. How much you are getting? 1,484. 4 times 0. Yeah, that total you have to do it. Contingent liability, Schedule 12, you have transferred 2,50,000. Then bills for collection, you are taking from adjustment. Adjustment number 5th. Adjustment number 5th, there is a bills for collection which is given to you 1,50,000. Now go in profit and loss account everyone. Once again, how to close the account, you have to see that. Very, very important. Please concentrate. Profit and loss account, how you have to close. First is income. Interest earned, you got 7,40,000 as Schedule 13. Then other income you got 14 as nil. This 13 schedule and 14 schedule you will total both. 7,40,000 you are getting it and you are writing it as A. Then second is interest expended 15. How much you are getting? 2 lakh. Operating expenses 16. How much you are getting? 1,90,000. Provision and contingencies 60,000. You will total 15, 16 and provision and you write it as B, 4,50,000 total. Then go in profit and loss again. Net profit is nothing but A minus B. We got A as 7,40,000 minus B, that is 4,50,000. 7,40,000 minus 4,50,000 will give you 2,90,000 as net profit, current year net profit, A minus B. Then last year's profit is given, which is in the trial balance P&L, that is 2 lakh. From there you will transfer. Then you add both. 2,90,000 plus 2 lakh will give you total 4,90,000. Then fourth is appropriations, transfer to statutory reserve. This on current year profit you will do, which one we got, A minus B, 2,90,000 into 20% you have to take out. 20% is nothing but we have to take out on current year profit in every sum. 20% transfer to statutory reserve. It's a rule of company as per the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Please remember, 20% always you have to take out on the current year profit. You get 58,000. Then dividend, which is given in the question, if it is given in trial balance, that 50,000 you will take. Then balance carried to balance sheet, you will minus from above P&L, that is, you can see I have written in the bracket, you have to take the totals from profit and loss, total 4,90,000 minus 58,000 which one you got in appropriation, minus 50,000 which one you got dividend under appropriation. You will deduct all these three and you get 3,82,000 as balance carried to balance sheet. Then you add all three, 58,000 plus 50,000 plus 3,82,000, and the total of these three will give you total 4,90,000. Always remember, our schedule 2 is on stay, means after the calculation of profit and loss, you have to transfer these amounts in schedule number 2, that is reserve and surplus. We have temporarily kept that schedule on stay. So go in schedule number 2 now everyone. You can see addition I have given as at the rate of 20%. That 20% how you get? On current year's profit, which one we got? A minus B. That was 2,90,000 on that 20%. And you get 58,000. That 3 lakh plus 58,000, you get 3,58,000 in schedule number 2, outer column total. And balance in profit and loss account, that answer which one you got in P&L, balance 3,82,000, that you will transfer in schedule 2, reserve and surplus. You will add both 3,58,000 plus 3,82,000. The total of both will give you 7,40,000. And that 7,40,000 will go in front of balance sheet, schedule number 2, reserve and surplus, 7,40,000. See, this sum is it's a very big sum. You have to understand step by step how I have solved it. You have to keep on rewinding this entire sum again and again to do the revision, and then only you will understand how to close the balance sheet. Now we have done step by step. Okay, we have transferred this amount in schedule number 2. Now from balance sheet, in the balance sheet from schedule 1 to schedule 5, you will do the total, and then from schedule 6 to schedule 11, you will do the total. You always remember the balance sheet should always tally, because it tells about the financial position of the banking sector. So the balance sheet should tally. When the balance sheet is tallying, it is understood your sum is right, otherwise you have done some or the other mistake in some part. So this is the entire sum solution. Please revise this again and again. It's over. Today's lecture is done. Thank you.